Hello, and thank you for coming back to check on me and give me support and find out what I've unlearned and what I've learned and what I am experiencing during my methadone taper. I am on 7 milligrams today. It is Thursday, the 28th of February, 2019. In my last kind of sporadic video, by the way, I was cold, I was hot, so I had to make myself able to be warm by wrapping myself up and making myself able to be cold by taking off layers. Now, this is something that I am working on now. So I'm gonna get my little book. Remember, I told you guys that during this process you should have a little book to write in manually. Something about manual writing is always awesome. But get your little book and start writing stuff down, like your plans and things that you're noticing as you're tapering or before you're tapering, or things that you need to do or things that you need to buy. For instance, I talk about the word luxury a lot because, first of all, in a first world country, addiction is a luxury. I mean, even to know the word luxury is a luxury, because if you live somewhere and you are not even aware that there are capabilities that maybe you have a cold and your neighbor who lives like a village over has the medicine for the cold, but you don't have the luxury to, number one, get there or to even know that information. Okay, I digress. Addiction is a luxury because, to me, there are many forms of addiction, and I feel that addiction sometimes is not the main issue, but it's the symptom of something else. So I am going to start with what I think we should start preparing ourselves with when we think about tapering. Definitely, if you don't have the luxury to stay home for like the first week or so, make sure that you are taking vitamins. I recently went out and bought this stuff. It's called Green Magic. It is awesome. I'll talk more about like vitamins and supplements later. There's also turmeric. It's an I guess it's like a root plant, and I cook with it all the time. It's really good for your bones. Everyone is always talking about how methadone gets in your bones. I have lupus. It is a disorder that affects my bones anyway, my bone marrow, my white blood cells, my platelets. So I think I explained to you guys before that a lot of my symptoms, yes, they were withdrawal and or precipitated by a lupus flare. However, everything that you experience while you're going through this process is not withdrawal, and some things are good. They may not feel good at the time, but they are good. The whole process of withdrawal is our bodies relearning how to make the dopamines that the methadone was responsible for making and controlling, as well as masking pain. Here's a question that I have. I heard that in different states or countries that you're not allowed to take benzodiazepines when you're on methadone. So if you were already prescribed Klonopin or Xanax or Valium for whatever reasons, and now you go into the clinic and you're not going in the clinic because are you going to the clinic because you're abusing these medications? So they feel that if you're on methadone that you can detox smoothly off of them? Question. I'll write that down. And are they also saying that methadone will now take the place of those said medications? Like, will methadone be an anti-anxiety medication? I don't know. And is methadone, like they say, like, oh, you shouldn't drink and you should abstain, and mostly because methadone is has a very long half-life. And this is something that I've noticed, is that people that are on the methadone clinic, whether they have ever done pills before or abused pills before, while they're on methadone, this is something that they co-medicate with, that we co-medicate with. As I said before, I'm legally prescribed Klonopin, 0.5 milligrams 2 times a day as needed. Sometimes I take it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I take the full dose, sometimes I don't. As far as the Klonopin, I've never abused that. I'm also prescribed Percocet, and I'm supposed to take that as needed. I was initially abusing that before I got into the program, which is why I would never advocate for anyone to not do something that will give them a better quality of life. Fuck whatever stigma. However, when going into this, you have to go into this with a mindset of, this is a crutch. This is something that is going to allow me to get over this hump and get to a place where I can now think and do what I want to do in a way. Higher doses, I really don't know how they affect each person, but I know for me, 100 milligrams, excuse me, 100 milligrams, I would just be like floored. I would just be like a walking freaking zombie. Which is what I was turning into. I was like turning on pots and forgetting about them and walking away, putting bacon in the oven and forgetting about it. And this is while I was on methadone, and I was not using any other substances other than the ones that were prescribed for me, which, excuse me guys, even at this time, I know that I have been and am over medicated, and that there was a time when that's what I wanted. That's what I needed. I needed to be over medicated. I could not fathom dealing with a lot of the stuff that I was dealing with at the time. That was mental and emotional, as well as fucking physical. When you get a diagnosis for any disorder, there's a moment of relief, because it's like, okay, I know what I have now. I can work on this, which is how we feel when we enter the methadone program. Like, okay, we know the doctor's here. I got a counselor, which counselor, excuse me, that's an overstatement, because even as you guys have seen, I sat there with my counselor and she was like, look, I'm going to lunch, and I'm like, can I have 5 minutes? And she's like rushing me out and giving me misinformation and just being very discouraging. So that's not counseling. When I say counseling, I mean a lot of people are coming in the program after running themselves ragged. A lot of people are coming into the program after being abused, misused, and incarcerated. A lot of people are coming into the program after being diagnosed, operated on, and left with no other alternative after they started to abuse, or even if not abuse, take opioids. Now you have to detox your body off of these medications. Even me with lupus, I take a drug when I get really bad flares called prednisone. It's a steroid. I can't just stop taking that medication. I have to wean myself off. That medication does not have the stigma like something like methadone or Oxycontin. However, that can cause me to go loop-de-loop-de-loop-loop-loop more than any of this. So my plan, let's go back to nutrition. I believe that when we enter the program, someone should sit us down and figure out our diet, like what we've been eating. What are our options? Are we able to get food stamps to supplement whatever it is that, you know, we can't afford? Is there some type of vocational program that we can go to? Are some people may have the luxury and the finances, or the state may pay for them to go to an inpatient program and do the majority of the work. Again, there should also be an exit strategy counselor, you know, based on each individual's needs and, you know, their sobriety. And when I say sobriety, I don't mean in the context of NA or AA. I mean being sober from whatever drug or addictive behaviors brought you to the clinic. I was surprised. I thought that the counselors were like social workers, kind of, you know. They are not. Some of them do not even possess a high school diploma. I am not saying that that does not make them qualified. However, that does not make them qualified to deal with the mass of people. If you guys saw in the other video, I was talking to Dr. Freeman, and she knew exactly what I was talking about, and she knew exactly what she was asking me, and the answers that she wanted, and how she was trying to purposely frustrate me, which I caught on to that. And a lot, I'm actually gonna do kind of like a reaction video with you guys on that video, because I want to explain some things. Some of the things that I said, I was only saying out of frustration because I wanted her to hurry the fuck up. Some of the things I said, if you notice, I was like, literally, tears were just streaming down my eyes because I couldn't believe the way she was talking to me and dismissing me as a person, which meant that now some of the time I spent feeling like I was inferior for a little bit, and I just wanted to be complacent with this woman who seemed to have so much power over what I could or could not do. Even her words held so much power, because as you see, she showed me the article in the New York Times, and it was talking about how she was 93 years old and she had a private practice as well as working in the methadone clinic. And she even brought up the fact that, I mean, she obviously remembered that we attended the same college at, you know, one point in time. And she obviously remembered that I was married after asking me several times. And she obviously remembered the medication that she was inquiring about, but she just wanted to get like a rise out of me, which is unfortunate and unfair. And I don't think that it's productive. And then after all of that, and I sat there and I waited and I held my tongue, and I just kind of started explaining things to her, because I felt like I needed her to recognize me. I needed her to look at me as who I was as a person coming to a doctor for help, and not tell me that she has 300 patients. Or I just felt like so diminished, especially because she was showing me this article that came out in the New York Times about how wonderful she was and how glorious it is what she does. But half the time I couldn't turn the camera around, but she was like nodding off. She's tired, she's old. I know you guys heard the long silences. I'm getting a little riled up here. Because even at this stage in the game of me not abusing and or using anything for over 2 years, they are still discouraging me. And I think one of the reasons why they discourage you is because they don't know. Like, they don't know. They don't freaking know. I mean, they're like, rather you stay here, you know, and we monitor you to the best of our abilities or whatever, and you get your methadone for the rest of your life. But that's not being a respected and productive member of society. As a matter of fact, most communities don't even want a methadone clinic in their neighborhoods. It is such a bad, horrible, horrible, horrible stigma. And it's so unfortunate. I mentioned in my other video how people in my life don't even know that I'm on methadone. What I'm gonna do, like I said, I put together some things so that I could have the luxury to, for the first week, just go. I will be taking Percocets. Like I said, everyone has to do what they do differently in order to decrease and diminish pain unnecessarily. I truly feel that. I mean, respect that. You don't have to like go through the fire or burn yourself to ashes to rise as a phoenix, you know? Like, I stayed home today and I took my take home, my third day of 7 milligrams. Like I said, I'm having a little lupus flare, but for the most part, I just feel really tired. Like I said, I didn't sleep. It's dark now. Definitely going into the program tomorrow, and I may speak to the doctor. I was thinking maybe I'll just go down 1 milligram for the next 7 days. It seems like something easy to do, but working with these doctors and the way they don't come in, as you saw, or they leave early or whatever, that might be a problem. But I plan to stock up my, I'm a self-proclaimed pescatarian, so I basically just eat fish, fruits, nuts, you know. So I'm gonna go food shopping while I still can and get some frozen fruits, some fresh fruits, some water, some lemons, some ginger, some tea, some bread to make whole grain toast, things like tuna fish and applesauce, and things to make broths with to keep myself nourished. I don't know what my stomach's gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna throw me into a really bad lupus flare. Like I said, like a week ago, I was on 10 milligrams, and for like a day, maybe 2 days, I took like an additional 10 milligrams. Unbeknownst really to me. You guys that are here with me doing this journey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared, but on the other side of fear is greatness. You know, like if you want to jump out of an airplane, you're gonna be scared as fuck. But on the other side of that fear is greatness. Oh God, my back hurts so bad. So what I'm gonna do, when I get down to like 0, nothing, and I wake up that morning and all I have is like what I was able to hoard away, that's when the fun is gonna start, and that's when I'm really gonna need you, and that's when I'm going to have the luxury of time to research it. They're gonna keep my case open for 30 days. I'm gonna go back when I'm able to and talk to them. I'm also gonna get some handbooks for us so we can look over them. I've been looking at other more factual channels. Oh my God. I'm getting like information and writing it down as I can. I never really expected for so many people to be so understanding, and just so many people who are trying to do the same exact thing that I'm doing. That's the thing. That's awesome. I have a band, guys. I play the guitar and I'm the lead singer. That's like one of the things that I do. And by being on the program, I feel like I lost a lot of my creativity and my get up and go, as well as the ability to get up and go. I plan to go to the UK in like August, I think. We have some stuff to do out there. Wow. That little 7 milligrams. I'll tell you why I'm scared mostly. Mostly I'm scared because I have lupus and I've already seen what the taper has done and is doing to me. I generally look at things with a bunch of humor, so that's why sometimes you guys just see me like acting a fool or laughing at myself because I don't know, it's fucking funny. I don't know how much content you guys will be comfortable with seeing. However, if there are things that I show you during the process that you're uncomfortable with, tell me. All you guys who have been here from the beginning, I hear your progress and I hear your sincerity. And I applaud that shit. Like, dead ass. Guys, I'm like, I don't know. Let's schedule a live so we can all talk and get some stuff off our chest. Guys as well as girls. So I'm gonna make sure that I have some projects to do as I can. When I'm in the front of the house, like I live on the main street, and when I'm in the front of the house, that's why you hear so much noise, because I live on the second floor, 2-family house. I just gave y'all so much information. I mean, not any more than me telling you about my toilet habits. Were you guys constipated as fuck? Like, seriously, or are you? Someone is now on like day 33. He just did his thing. He has no chronic illnesses, no mental illnesses. I know there's something, there are two things. There's something called MICA, mentally ill, chemically addicted, which is the thing. Another thing is I noticed that a lot of people that are on the program are also on Social Security or receive other government benefits. I'm not really sure how that works or why, but that's something to be addressed. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I'm definitely going in tomorrow. I'm going to try to get some rest. I'm eating bananas, rice, and chickpeas with a side of spinach. I love you guys, and I am really thankful for all your support. And I just want to remind you that this can be done. We can do it. We got this. Come on, we can do it. We fucking rock. Don't let anyone steal your joy. Don't let the stigma take you over. Don't focus on the milligrams either. For those of you who your main goal, like you're in NA or AA and you want to be sober, that's cool too, but that's not for me. I'm just trying to have the best fucking quality of life, and right now I don't have that. I don't feel like methadone are liquid handcuffs because shit, you can stop anytime you fucking want to stop. There ain't nobody holding you there. You stop, you go through withdrawal, you go on with your life, but you're in pain and you're scared, and the information is, I don't know what the information is, but yeah. This is really some serious shit, guys. It's not to be taken lightly. And it's like a fucking multi-million-dollar thing. I'm like tired and fatigued, but I'm restless. So that's why I'm like pacing back and forth. I want to lay down. I want a snack. I feel like I have to go to the bathroom. I've peed so much today. I didn't sleep yesterday. I feel depressed and I can't really eat well. And I'm just like being not really a bitch, but I've been so distant with my husband. I don't know, guys. I've just been really distant with my husband. Mainly because I'm in pain. And I'm like that person. I don't want to drag you or someone else into my drag. But guys, please keep me company during this, and like I said, let's get a live going. I'm so tired. I want to read, but I can't concentrate. I want to write, but I can't concentrate. I want to play my guitar, but my nails need to be cut again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flop down on my living room couch. I'm gonna leave you kind, sweet beings, and listen to some music and turn off some of these lights here and have some herbal medicinal aid. Guys, I'm gonna take this book with me to the couch. I don't know. I'm thinking like 30 days because in addition to like the problems that I already have, which I like, again, I don't like to claim shit, but I don't know.
Actually, not eating this candy. I'm craving sweets so bad. I guess a banana, and normally a banana's pretty sweet to me. I am no cameraman. Camera person. Mandarin? Orange? No, later.